In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to take your stream from looking like this to this. So let's go. All right, guys. Hey now. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to make your stream look the way my stream looks. A lot of people have asked me recently, how do I make it look like this? Can I make a video of how to do it? So here we are. This is just going to be a really rough video on how to do it. It's going to take some trial and error on your end on how to set this up. Obviously, the first thing you're going to need to do is get a camera in a good position looking at your wheel. So I have a camera. It's hard for you guys to see, but there's a camera sitting right at the tip of my finger up here. I have sort of a box behind me made out of aluminum profile that I have my window nets on. So I made these window nets and they're secured to these pieces of profile, and it's a perfect place to put a camera. Now you can put a piece of wood back there and screw a camera into it, whatever you need to do. You want to have it as close to the top of your head, looking straight down at your wheel as you can get it without having the top of your head in scene, obviously. So that's the first thing you're going to need to do, is you're going to need to put a camera up there. So the second thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to get your camera set up on screen. So let me just do that. So you have your whole camera. Let me just adjust that. And this is one of the issues with that, because my camera gets bumped and it moves. So I have to finagle it sometimes. But you're going to want your camera full screen. Okay. And when you get a full screen, what you're going to want to do is get a screen grab of that. So what I'll usually do is just hit OBS and I'll just record this screen. And this is what it looks like with no filter on it. And this is what I'm going to teach you how to do. Okay, so this is what the camera is seeing with nothing edited out. You can see like my left triple over here. You can see my camera over here. So you can see everything. And you don't want to see any of that on your screen, obviously, when you're streaming. So what you want to do is just record this. Just this image with nothing else. And that's it. So I'm going to do that. So we'll record that. And then we're going to screen capture that. Now I'm able to just hit print screen and it'll take a capture of it. So let me just hit print screen. And then I'm just going to grab as much of that image as I can. And then I'm going to open a Photoshop. So I'll actually do this with the camera so you can see everything I'm doing. So I have Photoshop open here. And let me just close this out. So this is the image I use for my streams. This is everything cut out, and this is basically what you want your image to look like when it's done. So this is what you want yours similarly to look like, something like this, depending on what, if you have, if you have a Race Logic, a DDU, just your wheel, whatever you want to see. So once you have your image screen captured, you're going to come up to the top and hit new. Okay. And you want that image you captured to be full screen. So you get a 1920 by 1080. I didn't do that because this is just for the purposes of this video. So you want yours to be full screen when you capture that. You want the entire screen. So let's just do 1920, 1080. And the resolution down here, I usually put at 300 just because the more pixels, the better. It's just going to give you a better image overall. And we're just going to create. So now you have a big blank image. So what you're going to do is hit Control V or paste or whatever you want. So this is the image I captured. Obviously, it's not full screen because I captured it just off of my OBS. This is why I say record on OBS for a few minutes, a minute, whatever you want to do, and then just make it full screen and then capture that full screen. So you'll have a 1920 by 1080 image. But for just the purposes of the video, I'm just going to hit Control T. Oh, that is not what I want to do. right, so Control T, just so I can stretch this image out, just so you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, so now we have our 1920 by 1080 image. Okay. So now you can see the top here. You don't want to see any of this. You just want to see, if you just want to see your wheel, or you just want to see the race logic, or whatever you want to see. You're going to come over and grab your lasso tool over here on the left. And this is just going to be rough and dirty just for the video. But you just want to go around and trace everything as close as you can to what you want to see. Now, I don't want to see my camera in my shot, so I'm just going to go straight across the camera, roughly trace around the D to U, come all the way down to the bottom of my other triple, and then go off the edge of the screen and come all the way back around here and just secure the 2 points together. Now you should have your little dancing ants running around here. So now this part is selected. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my brush tool. I'm going to make sure black is selected on the left, and I'm just going to paint all of this black. Make sure you cover everything up there black, because anything that is not covered will be visible on your stream. Okay, so now everything's painted black. You can come back over and grab your lasso tool, just right click, hit select inverse. So now your little dancing ants are running all the way around the bottom of your screen, where all the stuff you want to see is going to be down here. So now you just hit delete. So now basically you have just the black on the top and the white on the bottom. So just come over here, unlock the background, hit delete, get that out of there. So now you have transparent on the bottom, black on the top. Okay? This is all you need to do. So now you're just going to hit File, and you're going to hit Export, Quick Export as PNG. Once you click that, you save the file, name it whatever you want, save it to whatever location you want, and that's it, done. So the better you can get this image, the closer you can get it to all of the backgrounds, and you know, make it as clean as you can, because this is going to be what you're going to see on stream. Okay, so once we get that out of the way, now we're going to go back into OBS here. So let's take off the preview so you don't get that craziness going on in there. So now what you're going to do is come into your screen, and you're going to add that camera in, obviously, which is going to be add AMS2. So whatever scene, like I have a scene set up for AMS2, one for Le Mans Ultimate, one for Set of Corsa Competizione. So I have all these set over on the left, and just all these different things in my OBS. But you're going to have your set as you need it. So I have my wheel camera here, and right now it's off. Let me enable that. I'm going to right click on the wheel camera. I'm going to go into filters. And this is where the magic happens. Down on the bottom left here, you're going to see the plus sign. You're looking for image mask blend. Okay, so let's enable this. And you can see instantly this popped on. But you're going to want to have to type alpha mask color channel from the drop down menu over here. Wherever your picture is saved is where you're going to browse to, and you're going to select your picture that you made in Photoshop. The color, make sure it's right here. It's all Fs. Okay. And opacity, you're going to want it 1000%. So when you close that, I'm going to go to the wheel camera. Let me enable this preview. Get it out of the way. So now you can see, since I moved my camera, you see how the mask on the top part of the screen? Because that's picking up title. Whatever you're going to be playing, that's on the title. So now I have this all stretched out, screwed up because I've been messing with it. But so you need your mask as close to the device as you can see that's moving around there. So you're going to have to adjust so you get everything in the scene that you want. So now when I go into AMS2, you don't see anything. And you see this right here, which is my OBS. But if I move my OBS out of the way, now you don't see that anymore. And it sort of just blends into the background. Let me get my gloves out of here. So when I have my gloves on and I'm racing, it looks like I'm in the cockpit of a car. Now, if I move my camera, you can see, like, this is what my camera is seeing. So you have to finagle your camera a bit to get the mask correct. And this is why it's going to take some trial and error to do it. But this is how you get the mask on your screen to do what I do. So you can make just a circle around if you want. Like if you watch George Boothby, UCOG, UKOG, he just has like sort of a circle blended. And this is what he's doing. He's just using an image mask. So basically you can make just a circle, make sure the outside is all black. So that'll be what you see on the screen. Anything that's clear in the middle is going to be what the camera is showing you on screen. So that image that we made earlier, the black part is basically like disappearing so that you can see the AMS2 behind me or behind your camera. Sorry. So it's really simple, but it's going to take some finagling around to get it to look the way you want it to look. Like I've gone through like 7 or 8 variations to get this like this. And now like this one has, so you can see my hand going all the way across the top like that. So it doesn't get chopped off, which is fine on prototype type cars where the window is sort of bubbled out. It gives you that a little extra leeway. But for something like a GT3 or a ton of other cars where the window is sort of square across, I change my filter to my mask to something that is like this. So now it looks the same until I turn the wheel and then you see my hand gets chopped off at the top. So it's just going to be however you want to do it. Whatever you have as black is going to not show on the camera. Just remember that. And it's really that simple. Once you learn how to do it, then you're going to have to learn how to make it so it fits what you want to see. I hope this made sense to you guys. If it didn't make sense or you have any questions, leave a comment below and I'll try to answer you the best I can so your stream looks the best it can. But hopefully this helped. Make sure to smash the like if this helped you out. Subscribe. I stream a lot, 3-4 times a day. I used to stream every day. I don't stream that much anymore, but usually at least 3 or 4 times a week. I'm streaming, not a day. 3 or 4 times a week at least I'm streaming. There's a link for the Discord below in the description. We're starting an AMS2 league that's starting this Saturday. We're going to start doing LMU races now, especially since they announced that the driver swaps are coming out. So join the Discord, leave a like, subscribe, become a member, all that good stuff. Hopefully this helped you out, and I'll see you guys on track.